and the Kettner 1.5.
The scout squad is 1.5.
Yeah.
No, not my Stuart.
So yeah, like I don't know. This feels to me like if you play Brits or you play DAC, it's like a lot harder to control because the capping up points takes forever.
Does that mean it's too big in your opinion?
No, because I feel the same way about Tunis, and Tunis is like pretty fun.
Hmm.
Yeah, Tunis or Jabel actually. Jabel's the other one I was trying to think of. The two desert. It's like that level of open. Not the Vet 3 dingo.
Yeah, poor Dingo. He died for king and country, I suppose.
Been gone but not forgotten.
The thing about these points is that they're so far apart. You can build these caches, and they're so safe because it takes me forever to get there.
Oh, shoot. Well, GG Viceroy.
Jeez, man, that was a good one.
Yeah. Oh, I feel so rusty. You know.
Well, if it makes you feel better, I really had to focus down there and go nonverbal for most of that.
Same. Same.
Because
I was trying.
there's only 2 points that are close to base if you're playing as Dak, and they're just so far away that the hard points are not very safe at all.
Yeah, that +8 fuel is so far. Like I would put it on the other side of that shed, or even just like right outside the rock or something. And that +10 munitions, yeah, it's pretty close.
I mean, I get it. They're all they're pretty symmetrical and they're easy to attack, but there's this there's this very noticeable negative space right outside your base. And because you can't build your buildings any farther forward than you can from the base territory, there's this about 3/4 of a screen's worth of a distance where you have to walk to the first point.
Yeah. Yeah, and I don't know, I would almost like I see you have those kind of defensive rocks right outside, like right behind that +10 munitions. And there's sort of
Yeah.
isn't an equivalent on the other side, but
There's the pillars, but I think I pointed this out in the first iteration of this map. The pillars do not provide very good green cover because it's very you want something
right,
wide, right? The pillars are
right.
narrow, so not every model gets the bonus.
Yeah. But no, it does feel so far. Um like those points, the top and bottom VPs are so far from your base. It's a lot of traveling. And especially with it being so
Yeah, yeah,
those
this is
plus
one of those
fuel.
instances
Yeah.
where I would, I usually don't agree with Bacon's idea of making 1v1s into 2v2s or 2v2s into 3, because like when you scale it up, it gets much tighter for a lot of these maps. But this does
Mhm.
feel like a map where it just feels like two separate islands. So like having a player on both sides would actually make this a little bit more, probably a little bit more interesting to a degree because of how it's balanced. Like it really does feel like two 1v1 arenas spliced together. So
Yeah.
I think
What's
it, I
what's your
think it could.
what's your pop cap, by the way? I'm just curious.
97.
Okay, I'm at 14.
97 only because I just called in the Stug threes and I
Oh,
was
right.
like, I think I was fighting with sticks and stones until my Panzer threes came out. That was pretty difficult.
Yeah, it was a close game. But yeah, I could definitely see adding a second player. Like, you don't have to do too much. You can kind of move some of the rocks around, um, and add a second base. Probably move them a bit forwards. Maybe shrink them down slightly. But I
That's
think there's
actually another
definitely.
thing. I think I mentioned at the first iteration of this that there was a huge lack of sight blockers on the south side where where the building is. So when I was playing it, I just felt like there was nowhere to hide and nowhere to run because there's just like complete open ground, right? But
Hmm.
now it's improved to a degree, but now the center has that same issue where it's just such a completely wide open area that my two AT guns had a field day. I didn't matter what way they were facing, they were hitting something. So that's probably probably at least a line or a block of stones in the center would help break up the super open field.
Yeah, I mean, you could even put in some hedges along parts of the road. Even, um,
Yeah.
I don't know. I think it is a little too. I don't know. I would like to see a bit more. The bottom part, it's like I'm not exactly sure what it is. Like it's vaguely industrial, like it's not a farm, but I could definitely see making the middle area into like getting some of those fields splines and then putting in some hedges, um or it could
How
even
do
be
you
some
How do you
ruins
feel about the
even.
building, the one building on this map? Do you feel like it was strong, or do you feel like we didn't really go near there at all?
I feel like it helps lock down this VP area, and it's a big contrast to the top area where you have those walls blocking your sight. And then the building there, it kind of overlooks that whole approach. So you have to go like for a really wide flank or smoke it out. And it's so close to the middle. If you like, it could theoretically be hard to push down here, because if your opponent has the middle and bottom, they just put something in the house to obstruct your, like an MG, and then they can, if you try to smoke it, they come in on the flank from the middle. So you have to go all the way around.
The guy who made this map was very adamant that the building
Burn.
is asymmetrically. Yeah, Burn's very asymmetrical to the height bonus on the other side, and I was a little skeptical about that. But when you were raining down on me when I was trying to get up those steps, it really did feel like that was pretty strong, pretty strong. But like it didn't really. Neither of those corners really came into play that much, so I guess it's not too big of a deal.
Yeah, I don't know.
Do
It's
you think this
just,
map works as a 1v1, or do you think it should be a 2v2? Maybe strong preference on that?
I'm biased in that I do like the larger maps, but I think that some of these points could be brought in closer. Um,
Yeah,
like
but
like
it's
the
easier said
plus.
than done. Now that it's in second iteration case,
This is
Yeah,
the same issue that Bologna struggled with early on as well.
yeah, I
that
don't
one.
know. I really think like the +8 fuels could become the munition points, and then the +10 munitions could be moved closer to the road. At least
I
in the
think
bottom, the
like
top.
on paper, right? By numbers alone,
Hmm.
this map is actually not very big, right? But it suffers from that issue of the same as Jebel Pass, where the farther apart the corners are, like then the more travel time there is, then it feels like it's a bigger map. So it's like these little. I don't know if are you still spectating the map, or are you?
Yeah, you can
So
look in my
those
Discord
plus
stream.
10 munitions in the bottom and top corners are like very far outside the engagement space. They're very
Hmm.
You cap them
they
once and then they're there.
they're pretty far out. I think you could these we're on stream right now. This is being recorded, right?
Yeah.
Right. So I do think like these four, let's see, 4, 5, 6, 7 points on each side could be I'm gonna make up a word, symmetricalized. Because the distance to travel, say from my base to that +10 in the corner, that's extra distance that doesn't necessarily improve the flow of the map.
Hmm.
Same likewise with the north section, where it's like it's very far out, and you just like it feels like that extra stretch. And if you're playing, especially if you're playing as Brits and you're not like blobbing up, like it's gonna take you forever to you have to send your whole army to cap one side. It's very hard to split.
What'd you
Yeah,
say?
I mean that's why infantry is king. But yeah, I definitely feel like in those far corners, those +8 and +10 munition and fuel, they can be moved in just like even 20. This is probably 15, 20 meters. They can definitely be scooched in a little bit, and even the kind of the quote unquote safe +10 munition, that's
Yeah,
the ones that are the
those
really tiny
actually,
points. It doesn't
I don't
bother
know.
me.
Like I feel like those could be even closer to base. I think if you just took those the fuel and munitions in the corner of each side and then just shifted it over a little bit, all four of those points, then that might work out a little better. Just like I said, just because like it doesn't feel like that's a safe fuel. That fuel's so far away for me to get to.
Yeah, it it's just, yeah, especially with the like, because you didn't replace your crowd shoots in, so you had to. I guess once you got the tier 3 upgrade in DAC, you were able to cap with your vehicles, but
Yeah,
I think you
then
were
it's like
suffering in the mid
I'm
game.
at yeah, like I'm at tier 4 at that point. This is not really going to make that much of a difference if you've got so many vehicles that I can't build a light vehicle at that point. So I was moving
Right.
around trying to cap stuff with my P3s and mixed results, mixed results. AT guns had a hard time too, the urban side, just because there's a good good number of sight blockers, which is a good thing, you know. But I think I also struggled because of the hill. The hill was also it was a little AT bunker. I didn't even notice that.
Yeah, it does feel like, I don't know. There's something just about the building cover. It's just superior. Um, and then you also think of the design in certain battle groups like partisans, right? If you are trying to think of balance in that way, you can't pop out of that building if you choose that commander ability.
Oh man, I'd love to give this map another go as partisans. Just start siphoning all the resources.
But yeah, and that's the thing, right? Like if you don't really care about the popping a unit out of a building, but you want to siphon resources with the hidden little tunnels everywhere, that could work. Oh,
Yeah, I think overall it's okay right now. I think there's just like I don't know if I'm being nitpicky or if it's like a major design flaw to a degree for certain things. You know, like that building, right? That was my biggest complaint when this first map came out. And then the more I played it with people, the more I realized like it doesn't really come into play that often. So I don't. It's not necessarily the worst thing in the world, but you know, I don't know. It's a big map. I wonder how. Like I said, I would genuinely be very interested to see how well it would play as a 2v2.
I
don't know if someone else.
I don't know if I should say this or not because it's been fixed now, but it's very funny, and I have to bring it up. When Byrne originally made that map, and like the first one or two like playtests that me and him did, and then me and his friend Wilson, it felt really big, and you know it was like, okay, well I guess it's more of like a Tunis style map. He said he styled it off Tunis, and then one day after we'd played like I don't know 2 or 3 matches, he comes to me and he's like, I discovered something. Turns out I copied from a 2v2 map instead of a 1v1 map. So the initial size was a 2v2. Okay. So he shrunk it, and it is the right size now. But it did in fact start as a 2v2 size map.
I can't imagine it being any bigger than it is right now. Because right now it feels like you really have to stretch. Like there's no and some 1v1 maps it's very feasible to spread your units out COH3 style, but like that map I really didn't feel like I could play it without lobbing, otherwise you just get mowed down.
I think it also, like, I did notice like you guys played Brits vs. DAC, and like when we've done the internal playtest where it's me and him, he's usually USF or Wehrmacht. I'm usually Wehrmacht or USF. I do some Brits, but like when I do Brits, I play it I think a lot differently than how GB was playing it. But I was mainly playing Wehrmacht because he's a US main, and like I always have a Ketten, he always has scouts, so like I don't think we really noticed the capping as badly.
Yeah,
so
it's
it makes
tricky.
sense
You
that
know,
it
like
feels
you really do
different.
have to make a dedicated capping unit, and if your dedicated capping unit is a vehicle, then you're in for a rough time. Played 1v1 USF in a while. I haven't played any 1v1s in a while.
welcome. Yeah, I've been kind of lazy. I haven't played COH3 that much, but the games I have played have been like with Blueprint, so they're always trying to like lose or play less efficiently because they want to get their elos down.
Oh god, dude, Blueprint's actually one of the best Go players I've played with. It's pretty great. But, it's hard to beat him.
Yeah, I think he just gets tired of, like, he just wants to turn his brain off. So that's why he just, you know.
So some easy games.
Yeah. It's
I mean, can you blame him?
I don't
Every
blame
match in
him.
COH3 is so heavily skill based. It's just like you don't get easy games very often.
Yeah, I don't blame him. I'm sure his opponents are confused when they're getting their butts kicked and then the team surrenders and they're like, "Wait, what?" But they just want to do meme builds, which is fair, but I don't know. I need to play the game more overall. That's my feedback for myself.
Self feedback time.
Yeah.
Shadow, did you want to continue? If you got your stuff.
Yeah,
set up, or-
I'm really struggling at finding some of these maps. This Taka coastline or whatever, for example. What's it called in the game?
Like, do you have it in the workshop?
You could
I
also
think
fill
it's-
it to 2v2.
I think
We're
it's
on
changed
maps right now.
the Taka Pass.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go. I'm looking for coastline. I'm like, I can't find it for the life of me. I'm looking at the Steam workshop. I'm looking at Discord. I'm like, I see it, but
I'm
I
not
don't.
sure what the mod. No, it's in Oh God, it might be in the CMC resources list, but I do have a link to the collection that I made, and all the updated maps should be there.
I think I got the right one. I think. Is anybody on? It's a 2 versus 2.
Yeah, and make sure you have the modded tab open because sometimes I forget to do that, and I'm only looking through the official maps.
Yeah. I just have so many in my workshop. It's like it's forever to go through them all.
Yeah.
GB and who else you
Oh no,
guys
we're
in
playing
games?
another 1v1 at the moment.
Oh, you guys are doing 1v1? Okay.
It's the first time I played this in 1v1. Always just like floated around like a bird. I think my
It's
biggest
very-
I'll save my judgment for later, but one of the things I didn't like when I was flying around the map was, you look at the southern +16 munitions, the trees are just so tall, dude. You can't see anything.
It's fine. You just turn unit occlusion on and you kind of guess.
No, don't do it.
Hey Shadow,
Got away.
if you get more people, I can join you.
I like the center VP. The center VP almost reminds me of Duclair. Something about the fences on either side.
On MG34,
I've
We'll
had that
just-
happen to me so many times with like specifically the MG34, but I've also seen it with the 42 and the Vickers, where there's a unit directly in its arc of fire and it just doesn't shoot at all, and it's not reloading.
That was so brutal on this map.
I've got some brutal cut-offs. If you've not seen how Naturna's set up. This only cuts off half the map.
Oh gosh.
Mind, there's a bit more than half the map. If you've not seen it. It leaves you with 2 points, and they're both +5s.
Oh, not the air support center.
I don't even know what I'm building. Just rifle Ooga Booga.
Bad dodge toast.
Rifle Ooga Booga is the meta, though. You just gotta believe. And apparently, GB's MG34 gunner is like drunk on the job and doesn't know how to pull the trigger, so.
He's trying his best.
Wants to lose the war. He wants to be on the right side of history.
I don't really know what I was trying to do there, but
Something I found out when I was looking at this map is just like, if you just hold the center, you own the game. I don't have to pivot anywhere, I just hold right here. Probably not indicative of balance. I don't know.
another sticky bomb.
Found you in observer mode.
Nice.
Lay out the edges. Barracks is going right here.
Enemy forces have captured the victory point.
Commander, barracks is ready for use.
Territory lost. All victory points are under enemy control. We must field to fire. Our capture point is being neutralized by the enemy. 300 points remaining.
Rifleman ready.
300 points remaining.
Rifleman reporting, Commander.
We're reversed to that position. Pressure, no matter the cost. Territory lost. Our tech support is ready to deploy. A capture point is being taken from us.
4x4 recon vehicle deployed. Corner turn.
All right.
Ready to roll.
Back to base.
Attack mounted flak shielding is ready.
Location secured. All quiet. Under fire. Finish.
The enemy has claimed our sector. We have only 250 points remaining.
Oh no! Don't do it, GB.
I'm so sorry.
How could you do such a thing to me? I
How
didn't
could-
do anything to you.
No, nothing.
Yeah,
nothing.
nothing.
At all.
Absolutely nothing at all. I was innocent this entire thing.
Those big clumps of trees and bushes, do heavy tanks go right through that, or do they act as like permanent blockers?
I think they're heavy crush.
It depends. There's a large variant of the hedges which are permanent, and then some of the bigger pine trees are permanent, but it's hard to tell because
Infantry.
I don't know, this like they're all just big, they're just so clumped up together, it can be difficult.
Fire at will.
Mm.
I'd wager that the bigger trees, like this cluster here, can definitely be not destroyed, but the smaller ones definitely can.
Victory point under enemy control. Heavy infantry! Forward on! Point secure. Keep alert. Barracks by trophy area. Incoming!
I'm gonna eat an 1880 here, shoot.
Don't miss. Field promotion earned.
That's Sherman.
38 is entering the field.
Oh. Don't have enough muni for an 1880. Well, it's a noble attempt.
Airfield has sustained heavy fire. Cool kill. The enemy has taken a victory point. Crowds are gonna know we secured the area, so be
I
ready.
don't know if some of these points need to be small variants. Some of them, I noticed that these cutoffs are small circles.
Contact! German infantry!
Because the map's big enough, you know, you don't need small capping circles. You know, if the space allows for it. What do you think?
I don't know. It's
Infantry.
Blast away!
The fuel point is being
some of them no, but others yes. Like if you want to have more stuff happening in the fields,
We're losing a fuel point.
you know, you have more space to put items down
Return fire.
or entities.
Oh, this is the answer to your question. Yeah, Sherman can't go through the corner, but it can go around the side trees.
Fuel point is being
These trees over here in the corner are heavy crush or indestructible. One or the other.
Riflemen are ready.
Rifleman reporting.
Air support center
All I can say is, wow, I'm rusty.
I'm sorry. I should have held back a bit more.
No, it's okay, Oyster. I gotta get up to your level.
Yeah, beat him good.
I
He beats me all the time.
Prove conceptually that if you hold the +8 camera cutoff, you effectively just don't. You make them the rest of the map irrelevant. You know?
Have you seen the Turner or played the Turner? That's right. I'm worried if I have the same issue.
I'm sorry, which map?
Turner Farm.
Because I think my map could have the same issue, but I think my cutoff is a lot closer to the base though.
Is that a 1v1?
It's harder to push. 1v1.
Let me double check.
Leave him! I'm hit bad!
Orders have been carried
See
out.
it. Is it part of the map pack?
Yeah, should be. It might be called Villain Turner, I don't know.
You saw it. If you scroll down, it was under N. I saw it for a second. Up a little bit.
Oh, there it is. Yeah. Ooh.
Yeah, that manpower point by the base is an entire map cut off, apart from the munition and fuel.
Yeah, I want to try this map.
It's incomplete in areas still. I'm very slow.
Okay. Can't be worse than some
Join the club.
other instances.
Does anybody else
See if
want
you
to
find the thing.
do a 1v1?
Who was asking? Is that RH?
Yeah.
Viceroy, are you a
Hey,
camera
guys.
rotator?
Oh, a hard-
Curiosity.
I'm not.
hard-boiled
I'm
egg is
not a
here.
fucking
Okay.
camera rotator.
Can
This
you
is
do
the,
me
you're
a
the
favor?
guy who's on what's his face's server?
Daniel, yeah.
Daniel B's
Can you
server.
do me a favor and rotate the camera very quickly and look at the enemy base?
Hi, boys!
No, rotate the camera. Other way. I want to see if you can see it. Forget it.
Confused.
It's fine.
What am I looking
There's a
for?
thing in the background that I wanted to see if you've noticed. It's in the background of that base, though. You just...
Oh, that big
Oh.
giant.
That's a little
statue in
scary.
the background. Oh, good lord.
I wonder how many people have seen that.
Mother Mary watches over us all.
She does.
Riflemen are being upgraded with grenade packages.
I like the
So
subtle
this is my
Catholic
This
propaganda.
is the first time I've seen this map with my own eyes, so this is my first impressions.
Well,
I
it's
feel
a
like
step down from the other ones, in my opinion.
no, don't be hard on yourself. You know, so far
I wanna be.
it's looking actually really good. I think that I would prefer this map. This is maybe a personal preference. Rotated like this, 45 degrees, or like this.
Yeah, but the issue with that way is it favors your base. So you got it currently. On default,
I think
Amber's
like
camera
having
angle
it.
is neutral. That is a
having it
neutral
like
angle.
This. Yeah, this would be nice.
I got the last one!
But like this is it feels like I'm watching TV sideways.
Territory sector claimed by the enemy.
Oh,
Enemy infantry! Fire at will!
Get my interludes wet.
well, my head cannon is that river. It rained recently, and that river broke the bank, flooded over.
Taking loss!
Oh, you should connect.
Enemy movement near a victory point.
Chancellor.
Time to reload!
The victory point is under enemy control now.
Oh, he's getting in the big building.
Taking loss!
Big building mode.
Cover him!
The other thing, like with the cover on that cutoff, it's only like the furthest most cover is that single pillar.
Forces are converged. A victory point is
So
Oh, I
I
see.
don't. I would almost add a wreck or something, and maybe some more of that rubble to make it look like, I don't know, maybe like a vehicle crashed there or something.
Okay.
Just to make it a bit more just easier to defend. Like
Yeah, have
what
you seen the
Viceroy
other
was
one?
saying.
The other one's
I
much more
haven't.
complete, the walls.
Yeah.
I've only got a little bit of a corner that's destroyed.
We've lost the territory sector.
I feel like if GB had pushed me all the way to my base like this, he should be rewarded for his efforts a little bit more. Like this whole area could have been. Careful with these tents. They're sort of weird. The back is yellow cover.
It must be very thick canvas.
Well, maybe this could be evened out right here. This building has two different approaches from either player. This distance is wider than this distance for sight block.
Yes, the reason for that is that building used to be much more to the right. But it was really so much closer to the other side, so I had to move it.
Yeah, it's the
Funny enough, if you both race the building, the right spawn is still just about beats it.
I mean, I feel like the building could still be moved over a little bit more. It's just the doors are opposite ends of the building. So yes, it's right in front of this VP here, right? But for GB, if he tries to get in the door, he's gonna have to go all the way.
It's
He's gonna have to
GB's
walk
side
more.
is actually the shorter distance.
You know, that's what I mean. Like if one side's the shorter distance, then you know.
Yeah, it's about I think it's a difference of like 2 meters currently, but it used to be a lot more. Not intentionally though.
Yeah, I see how the route to the building is like inefficient, but it is still sort of like, for it to be truly equal, you would have to rotate the building slightly,
Hmm.
or maybe the hedges add an extra distance. I'm not sure.
We're clear for rocket strikes in our sector.
Scared. I don't know when GB's gonna bully me again.
Our opponent has fallen to 200 points. A victory point is under attack. We must act. Sherman tank, finished and ready. A victory point has fallen into enemy control. Man down! What guns in? No prisoners. Where the hell did they come from?
Does this map have a transition, or does it stay this brightness?
No, it doesn't. Because Nocturna does mean nocturnal.
Ah,
And I did kind of want that as the atmosphere.
jeez.
It was darker than this originally, though. That's what I will
That's
say.
good. Yeah, you got to be careful of making maps a little bit too dark.
Is it too dark in your opinion then?
No.
Or is it more when it's
But I think
fog?
maybe aiming for slightly brighter towards the mid game. Past 6
Okay.
minutes is when things start to really heat up, so you want a little bit more visibility to a degree.
How do you add a transition? Because I do have a second atmosphere in this map.
So what you do is you edit your scar file, and then
Okay.
set the parameters for what time you want the transition to not necessarily start, but when it'll be fully transitioned.
The end point
Yeah,
then, and does it
you have
linearly
to-
interpolate?
Yeah, you have to start it at 0. I can send you a Discord link to the It's like it's one of the pin messages in like the help or the tutorial channels.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you just copy paste the code and change the map name to match, and you'll be good.
I've not actually tested whether that sandbag shoring does block those 2 windows or not. I assume it does.
Holy blobberoni.
Oh, it's a little L6.
It's disgusting. Get this Italian filth out of here. Get that thing out of here.
Oh no, pathing behind the tree.
He built a cache.
I'm just worried about the lack of oil flow from a certain strait, so I better double down and make sure I've got some of my own.
Comuse.
Oh, maybe I should have looked to see where my blob was. Well, it's quite a lot of models there.
Oh man, power, where have you gone?
You know, maybe this VP circle's a little small.
Yeah, the middle one is a smaller circle, so you can't be contesting the point while in the house.
I think if you had turned this into maybe a square, one of the larger
Hadn't
square,
thought of a
area,
square.
that could probably fit in this area a little nicely.
Yeah, that's something to test.
I will say one thing about the UI I dislike with the new +8 and +12 points. You're not sure if the one arrow is a +10 or a +8 point. You just have to, I guess,
they're both one
you have
arrow.
to know the map, right?
Are they all plus? It's either +10 or +5 right now. On the
10s
map,
and
right?
5s on these. On this
Yeah,
map.
yeah.
I don't
But
see
like,
that's too much of an issue.
Well, it's not a map issue. It's just a Relic UI issue.
Mm.
Oh no, I got the wrong call in. Shoot.
What have you got?
Oh, I don't want to give it away.
Oh, yeah, sorry, of course.
Viceroy.
You and your damn bike. I can't believe that
Oh,
thing got away.
The plane's
That
been
Filthy
destroyed, but the
little
fire's still
thing.
there. That's quite funny. I
Disgusting.
didn't know that plane was destroyable. Hi there, Dutch.
Let Dingo. Oh, I need vet 1 for the anti-tank round.
Oh, big
Oh,
mine.
but the mine. Oh, that would be perfect if I only had vet 1.
Unfortunate.
I mean, I really wanted an anti-tank gun. But
Oh, that's what you meant by the call-in. Right, I see.
yeah.
Unfortunate. Ooh, enough mine.
The peril of having maps like this
Vicer, I'm trying to find your Stewart.
is
Shh.
that I can do what I'm about to do.
I think I get what you're saying.
Uh-oh.
Well, I am watching your stream, so I know what you're doing. So
Maybe you should change the parameters of where you can build it, but it's a different situation. It's a different. Oh no! No!
I didn't know that was possible. Oh, there you go.
Found it. I found it. I found the special spot.
I thought, yeah, I hadn't actually tested. Did you rotate any of those buildings?
I mean, I mainly placed every single one of them.
I'll be honest.
I wasn't purposely trying to get it to happen like this, but yeah, this is maybe slightly too small.
My testing was all just auto building. At least you could build it though.
My suggestion would be to make this building flush, the HQ building flush with
it
one of the
was.
sides.
And then someone originally told me that they didn't like that.
Yeah, I found that usually is the best way to make the buildings have the most possible room.
Hmm.
You and your little bike.
No, command Stewart.
Very commanding.
The
This league is
artillery holes
killing me.
in that field. I've put water in them. Do you know if you destroy the hole, does it like flood?
I don't think so.
So I assume it would. It's probably a static plane, like how when you paint water on, it doesn't move. Is my thought. But I've not like V1'd it. See what happens. We can reveal. He knows you've got that piece now. Are you saying that the map is too wide diagonally to be able to contest that artillery piece?
Yeah, but I don't think that's something that you can. There's anything you can necessarily do about that.
Other than not have a diagonal map, I guess.
Yeah, because like, you know, when me and Dutch made whatchamacallit, Flooded Plains, you know, it's got a pretty similar layout, so it's just something that you have to make peace with until they change.
Do you know what
anything
size
about that.
Flooded Plains was off your head?
I'm sure Dutch will know the numbers, but it's pretty similar to this actually.
I'll have a
Wasn't
look what
that
this is.
wasn't
I
that
remember.
wasn't Dutch's map the one that he had to make smaller after the first run through? Is that the one? Originally it was really big, and then you cut the corners like this one? I don't remember.
I can't remember why I cut the corners off this one. There was a reason. Scenario resize. It is 288 by 384. Then, how much am I cutting into that? That looks like 16 either way.
Is your interactive border 32 meters?
It's a 16.
16? Okay.
So it's... No, sorry. Resize. 384. So it's more, it's 256 by 352. Is more the realistic size. Which Bacon did say this map's a little bit too big, but I think it's too small for a 2v2.
She says all my maps are too big, so it's okay.
Yeah, I think that's just the design choice.
It's okay to have big maps.
Hmm. They want the 1v1s to be small. But previously, team weapons on this map were pretty unusable. I think I've made them a bit more usable. Although this midpoint is probably still a bit of a nightmare for AT guns and machine guns.
What atmosphere did you put this thing at? Like 6 or 7 for the sun?
Brightness. Let me have a look for you. It's at the 10, the intensity.
That's busy. You must have your orbit down then.
It's very blue, the color.
I know it always looks different in Essence than it does in the game too, right? So
It shouldn't be
Lost
too
a good
different.
amount of my units there because I was playing with one hand.
Oh
and,
no.
taking a phone call.
Oh no, sorry, Viceroy.
It's okay.
Oh hey, at least you can't barrage his actual base, his base proper.
I mean, I can. I put this as far back as possible. So
Yeah,
I'm
I
gonna-
mean the base building. You probably could have if you put it a bit more, little tiny bit more forward.
could have.
I am afraid.
Wow.
Thick,
Okay.
the thick front armor of the Panzer III.
All 50 millimeters of Krupp steel.
I do wonder how they come up with the armor numbers and co. It's probably not based in any reality. I do wonder what it would be if, 100 front armor means it has 100 mils. That sort of Tiger levels.
I think Tigers have like 300 or something like that.
Oh, really?
Yeah, no, there's nothing about the co-armor scale is like tied
Oh,
to
Google
anything.
says Tiger 1's 100 mils vertical armored steel. 100, 100, and 200, 120 to 200. That's the gun mantlet.
Both whiffing.
Would it be co without RNG?
No. Company of grenades.
Circles of hate. Oh, it's the following grenade.
Not this time.
Oh no.
The heat-seeking grenade of pain. Oh, big hit. I think he's had enough of that artillery piece.
Not very nice.
Oh.
danger.
I'm in danger.
It shall be done. Come on, men. My crew needs orders.
Attention! We have Tiger heavy tanks available to us.
Panzer 3 is eager to move. What's the word? We've done what we can. Crew, now! Stay on your way. Looks like you had a lucky escape. Panzer rolling. Starting We're not expecting trouble, right? We have a heading. Panzer Grenadiers standing by. Do it! Prepare for counterattack. Panzer Grenadiers standing. Panzer Grenadiers.
Frontline Panzer Pioneers have deployed. No communication from our Panzer 3. The battle shifts in our favor. Enemy forces have claimed our sector.
250. Ready. Plenty of ground to
Commandant, the enemy has 300 points.
ready for orders. Over your way. On my mark. Standby. Packing through here. Confirmed.
Medical getting gear. We have a heading.
You have orders for confirmed. Orders, driver. We'll get the last bandit. We don't have your name. Standing by. Panzer Grenadiers, shifting targets. Gun ready.
Our victory point is being neutralized by
Yeah, Vice Sure, this is my last game, unfortunately.
Yeah, it's my same. I think I don't know if I have time to finish out this one either.
hand. The enemy has 250 points.
Close to calling it.
We're moving. We're moving to capture.
Proximity alarm near our victory point.
Enemy forward element.
The Panzer 4 is ready for orders. The enemy has taken a victory point. The Panzer Grenadier squad has been cut down.
Come on, man.
Anti-tank crew lost.
My crew is ready. Engines running. We have a heading. Turn the lights on. Standing by. Move order. Go. Ready for orders.
Acknowledged. Enemy is down to 200 points.
Glory away. Fox's finest here. Faster. Push it. Move it. He's dead.
Territory is now in enemy hands.
Losing man.
We are losing grasp of a victory point.
I think there are buff people on me. Have,
Okay. Head over
yeah,
one
it's
sec.
just you one guy, I believe.
Oh, that
Hero
double.
Grant.
Oh.
Oh no. A former Hero Grant.
That's
Grant's
GG.
strong, man.
Well done, man.
Oh. Sure you
That was
play a
a
GP
little.
pulling
clutch.
all his neurons together. I like that map actually. It's a good map.
Thank you.
Yeah, I would like to see the brightness like a slight transition just to make it a little bit brighter.
Yeah,
Um,
I'll take a look at doing that now.
Yeah, and I'll send you the link to that the little instructions in Discord. But yeah,
Hmm.
I do like it overall. I think there's a couple hedges
Texturing,
in the
it's
middle.
weak in areas, I think. There's just lots
Yeah.
of areas that are just solid grass that I need to look at.
Yeah, just a little bit more, texturing. And honestly, the art is the part that I hate the most. Like it can be so tedious. And
But
I'm
not
just
much
not.
gain.
Yeah, like I can sing kind of decently, but when it comes to painting, I can draw stick figures. So
Oh, I
everyone's
can't
kind
do
of
either of
creative
those
in
things.
I'm sure you're creative in some way. Maybe you have a wood shop or something in your garage. I don't know.
Oh,
Do you guys
really?
have garages in England?
Yeah, yes, but it's more of a sort of posh thing.
You
Okay.
don't you mean a garage?
Oh yes.
Yeah.
My apologies, sir.
A garage.
I don't know. Everyone's creative in their own way, but I just find the texturing really tedious.
Yeah, it doesn't change how the map plays, and that's why it's hard for me to focus on it. I more care about how the map plays than how it looks, which
Yeah, I
I
had
think maybe
fun.
shows.
I think, Viceroy, like you could have punished me a lot harder with that Stewart
I think
in the
that
very
plane I
early
need to make
game.
a visual object. One
I
that big
think I
fire
think
is
as
now.
soon as I had to take that phone call, I was screwed because I lost like half my army. I
think, yeah,
couldn't
that
micro with one hand. It's too
Oh
much.
no.
plane needs
But
to be
yeah,
a visual object so it doesn't get destroyed.
the Stuka wreck.
Mm-hmm.
There's two kinds. One, you can make a blocker,
It's
so
the
you don't
blocker
need
one.
to. Okay, so then you shouldn't need to add the FX. Um, I don't know. I
Oh,
feel like it's a it's a bit off of the center, but I feel like it's close enough to the middle that I wouldn't want to put such a big visual object there that's normally crushable.
yeah, I'm not a big
Um,
Okay.
fan of the Stuka wreck usually, just because it's so inconsistent about where the cover is and
Well, there
how
isn't
much
any
space
cover
it
on it,
occupies.
but the visual blocker is actually really small on it as well. It's like just the middle of the plane. I
yeah,
don't know. I
it's
just
just
put it there
Yeah,
because I needed something there, and I wanted to break that area up so it wasn't just one big open field.
you could do like a bunch of burning trucks, a bunch of truck wrecks that'll light up the night sky.
Hmm.
yeah. I found the middle, like at the very end when I was trying to get that my parents are four up against the Grant. Well, like not the quite the very end, but just the way the hedges are following the road so closely. Um,
Yeah.
it was my Panzer IV was like it was like right on the cusp of does it go, it was trying to choose which way to go around the hedge, so it came in a little bit late. This is probably like 33 minutes, 34 maybe. Maybe 32, I don't know, um but yeah, like in our logical brains, like it makes sense for the hedge to follow the road. But
Mhm.
then when you're actually pathfinding,
Playing the
because
game.
the map is a perfect square, it's kind of cutting the pathfinding to go above or below. So it might be like, I think, are you watching my stream right? Yeah, you are.
Yeah.
But like this hedge here, it sticks out so much. And I don't know where my Panzer IV was. I have to look at the replay. But I don't know. I would almost shorten these, like maybe not even delete one, but just like move the hedges in like half the distance. They overlap a bit, and like this one, maybe move it in, maybe add some more space here. I'm not exactly sure. I have to look at the replay, right? But um, I don't know. I do like the sight blockers, all the hedges, but they might be a little too much in some cases. I'm not exactly sure. I'd
I
have to
do
play more on
think
the map to really
I'm
look
glad
at
you
it.
brought that up. Just circle sizes in general, I think are generally good, but the center one, when there's something meant to be contestable, the smaller the circle, the harder it is to to really get
Yeah.
good gameplay on there. If especially if it's a tight spot too. Like if it's a wide area in a small circle, that's one thing, but it's a very tight spot. So maybe
I
turning
could
it
move the
square
VP down a
rectangular.
bit and then make it square. My
Yeah,
only
'cause
issue with that
there's-
is I like having points being mirrored, and that victory point is at 0-0.
Yeah, it could
So moving it down favors one side probably.
Yeah, you'd have to move it along the whatever the center line is. So it would have to be like over here.
Something like that. I
Ish.
don't know what
It
angle
doesn't
it
have to
would
be
be.
doesn't have to be too much. But yeah, if you make it like a 10 by 10 square, it'll still be small, but it'll be marginally larger.
Yeah. I
because
just
the
need it
big
to not overlap with the house.
yeah. You could even move the house a little bit. Because yeah, you see how the house is sort of on whatever this imaginary diagonal line. So if you move the house a little bit this way. Actually, I don't think you can see my cursor actually. I think
I
I
can.
have
I can.
Okay. Yeah,
I can see
but
the in-game one.
right. But yeah, if you move the house a little bit towards this direction,
I'm worried how close it is to that field already. The left one on default camera angle.
yeah, I wouldn't worry too.
It doesn't have to be perfect, the values
Yeah.
of where certain points are, but like as long as it feels like it's in the center.
Yeah.
And you could even like this is another pathing thing here, right? Where you have this is the large hedge, I'm assuming. So this is
No, it's
medium.
Oak Hedge 01. It's not large. An
Okay,
example
right.
of the large is at the top by the sort of wood shack. In the very center. So the ones behind, yeah, +10. That +10 fuel.
Munitions.
Top left, fuel. So
Oh,
that's
you're right.
that's the large.
These are the
That's
large.
an 01, and then behind it's the 01 large. That's the difference.
Right. Yeah. So the large are uncrushable, but these regular O1s are
I think
they
heavy crush.
yeah, heavy crush. So you can but yeah, but like and then so you have the heavy crush which will take a long time to get destroyed if ever. And then you have this oak tree here which is indestructible. Then you
Yeah,
have
so it's
the other
pathing.
hedge here. So it's just it's a bit of a pathfinding. Like I would take out the tree or move the tree here ish. Like I would just essentially take out this middle between the 1, 2, 3. I would take out kind of the middle one here.
Yeah.
But if I'd want to look at a pristine version of the map too, just because I don't remember exactly what was destroyed and what wasn't. And then you can also replace them with there's the Myrtus hedges, which
yes,
do
I
look a
don't
lot
have any of
different.
them flowery ones.
Yeah, but they are medium crush.
Oh, are
So they will
they?
stop light vehicles, but the Panzer threes and everything will go through them. So it might be worth it to experiment with, maybe you'd add a Myrtus right here, so you can kind of you don't break up the whole hedge, but you add an extra 3 to 6 meters, 3 to 5 meters of space
Remove
here.
Probably 2 of those.
Yeah, and I think the oak hedges O2 might be medium
Those are the
crush
small
as
ones
well.
with the tree. I think they're
Right.
light crush. I don't know.
I can't remember, but yeah,
There's one right there by the VP. Yeah.
But yeah, it's a clever thing you see Relic do a lot, where they kind of taper a hedge. So you'll have the middle will be either indestructible or heavy crush. Then you'll have medium crush on the other side, and then light crush bushes, fences on the edges.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oops. But yeah, that was a good game. Thanks for playing, Viceroy.
GG's, man. No, I was slapping you around earlier, so this is payback. You get to crush me with the DAC Armada.
Yeah, it's fun once you get to that snowball state. You can kind of and you have extra resources. You can throw things. You can sacrifice vehicles.
Yeah, surprisingly large amount of sight lines for the AT guns on your side.
Yeah, I was very careful with I was very cautious with the AT gun. Like once you get in the middle with all those hedges, it's a little hectic.
36.
And I was
Yeah,
like,
it was
I
it was
know.
worse previously.
Thanks for the raid, Shadow.
For team weapons.
An
Yeah, so
ambulance in
I just kept the
30
pack
seconds.
alive. I was like, I know I need this thing eventually.
I think you use